Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot and the April monthly tarot outlook for the air sign of Libra. Let's get right into your reading. We're going to cut your deck and jump right in, Libra. Straight out, Lovers, Two of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Above, below. Wow. Okay. Before and after. Interesting. So, right away, Libra, let's get into it. Two of Cups energy and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. There's a love connection in your life, but it's very confused. There's a lot of conflicting energies. There's a lot of information coming into you very, very quickly. And ultimately, I'm going to say Seven of Swords has shown up for every single one of my love readings so far. Monthly readings. I said love because they've all turned into love readings. But here we are again. Seven of Swords for this reading. Showed up for the last one, for Virgo, for Leo, for Cancer, for Gemini. What is going on? This April, everyone is dealing with shady energy. A lot of my collective are dealing with energy that is very sort of futile, that is that is distinctly dishonest, that isn't true. What's going on here? Caught between two kings. Yes, so you're caught between two people, and you're the one who's really kind of going through the wear and tear here. All right, Libra, you're caught between two, a King of Wands and a King of Swords. One person, very fiery, exciting, very creative, right? The other person, just very, mentally focused, right? Two strong sort of characters. The one is just all about sort of mind games, I want to say, or at least keeping you on your toes, Libra. The other brings passion. And between the two of those, you're kind of caught in the middle. You're very confused right now about how you feel. I think you're confused about, where you want to be. You know, which one of these connections you want to, you want to continue with. Seven of Swords. Listen, it almost feels as though you've been trying to have your cake and eat it too. Tower, there it is. You've been trying to have your cake and eat it too. That's that shadow energy of futility from the Seven of Swords. And now you're caught. You're caught between two people and you don't know what to do. You're like, uh-oh, I'm caught between two people. What do I do? Wheel of Fortune comes in. Something has happened recently that's made you really completely reevaluate where you're at. And now you don't know which way to go, right? You were too hasty, I want to say. Almost feels like to me, Libra, like you had a connection with someone, right? And something went down with that connection, or you were too very hasty, in a very hasty way you gave up. You hooked up with somebody else, and now something has happened in this last month or two. I want to say last couple of months. Some Wheel of Fortune event has come in that's completely shifted your whole perception of everything, and now you're caught between a rock and a hard place. Because you're with somebody now who I'm not entirely sure you want to be with, and now you're starting to look back on that previous connection and say, oh shit, maybe I gave up too soon. Yeah. Maybe I gave up too soon. Future energy. I mean, yeah, future energy. Heartache. I'm going to come back to those future energies, but heartache is there. Let's begin to pull out the clarifiers. Listen, Libra, this is the thing, right? It feels to me like you were just really stuck in a certain mindset about a connection, right? Lovers, you had a love connection with somebody. This love connection here is not the same as this one. You had a love connection with somebody and you were really kind of stuck in a way of looking at it. I think you were also perhaps even stuck in looking at it pessimistically and being like, well, look, this is never going to work out. and so you kind of just dismissed it, right? There may have been some separation that happened here. A moving on, right? Some separation and moving on that happened here. And so, as I say, you moved on, you hooked up with somebody else, you got into another relationship, and now all of a sudden you're realizing, oh my gosh, as I said, I dismissed this relationship too soon. And mostly you dismissed it because you were unwilling to change yourself, right? You were unwilling to do or have any sort of optimism about it. You kind of gave up on something and you're realizing now you shouldn't have. That's basically it. You gave up on it, I think, because also you just didn't put a whole lot of effort in. It's like leaving a connection with somebody that you have a strong connection, right? A strong connection with somebody that you have. Leaving that connection after having not really put any effort into it anyway, but it didn't turn out the way you want it. You're kind of butthurt. You're like, well, I didn't really feel like working for this. But also, so, yeah, the love was there, but oh, well, whatever. You just kind of really didn't appreciate what you had and how you truly felt. Because I think for the most part, you never really put a lot of effort in to begin with. And you realize that now. You realize, oh man, maybe I should have put more effort in. You didn't. You're realizing that now. This Tower moment event, listen, Wheel of Fortune comes in. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune universe turns and brings you a fortuitous event. At first, it doesn't seem like it. But this is kind of like a stroke from the universe coming in, letting you know. It's almost like the universe saying, here's one last chance, right? With something before you really, really, really blow it. Here, let me remind you of this thing you had with this person that was really real, that was something, and that had you put real effort in instead of putting this kind of half-assed effort in, you could be having your lover's connection right now. A lot of regret here. But I'm not even going to say regret, because I'm not sure you're at a place yet where you realize the regret. I think you're just panicked. Right now, you're just in a space of panic. Because that Eight of Wands there is letting me know that these emotions are all a little bit overwhelming. Again, I think you put this relationship or this connection to bed in a way. You put it to bed, in your head, but the emotions that it's triggering now is almost shocking to you and overwhelming, and that's what's causing the panic, because you're like, oh my God, I think I'm still in love with them. Oh my God, I think I messed up. Oh my God, what am I doing? And now I'm caught between two, and I might lose both. You might lose this whatever connection you have now. This Two of Cups here, it's an agreement connection, right? I think maybe the person that you are thinking back to now, maybe there was never really a real agreement there. It was a love connection, but you guys never got to a place to really have that we are dating, What you have now with somebody is that agreement. And that's what you enjoy, Libra. You like having that agreement. You like understanding where you are. And I think that, but is the love there the same way? Do you have the same deep down love connection here that you did with this person over here? I don't think so. Because of the way you're reacting now, because of the way you're being triggered right now, in terms of, again, this panicky feeling of, oh my God, am I really about to really lose the person that I want? Judgment, Nine of Cups. Yeah, there's some guilt here and some realization that, oh, I messed up. I messed up. I messed this love up. I messed this happiness up by not really being there, putting the effort in, as I say. Now, before and after, this previous period, this Tower moment that came in for you really had you reevaluating everything in your life, which is what's led to some of this panicking vibe. But after you present with Hermit energy, some of you may be dealing with a Virgo, Hermit energy, or Lovers is Gemini. Listen, you may end up on your own altogether. And here I come to the future energies. And this is why I say this, because you may miss out on everything. Ultimately, Hermit energy, you may end up leaving this connection, because really this connection here, yeah, it's an agreement. Yeah, you're dating, you're together, but the substance doesn't feel like it's there. And so all of this, I think, is going to make you want to leave this anyway, but you'll end up on your own, because this connection here with this person, you may have messed up. You may not get that right back. Or if you do get it back, if you're really missing it and you really want it back, you're going to have to put some real effort into it, physical effort, right? Physical effort to get back what you sort of dismissed and threw away. So Libra, this is a reading for Libra, who is waking up in a relationship they don't really feel that passionate about, but they're happy to have somebody on their arm. They're happy to have somebody in their bed. But something has come along that's really triggered you about a past love, and now you're stuck, and you're realizing that now is the time that you may actually really truly be missing out. Before, you didn't realize it because you didn't think of it this way. Now that you're realizing it, the panic is setting in that, oh my gosh, I may really never have a chance with this person again. And now I'm realizing I actually want another chance. Princess of Wands and Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles came out here too. You're going to have to give, Libra. You're going to have to give a lot. You're going to have to show up a lot. You're going to have to give some money, spend some money. Like, listen, all of the effort that you didn't put in before with this person, you're going to have to put that and tenfold in if you want to come back to them. Ace of Cups. And there is the promise of it happening. The love can be renewed, but you have to put it in. You have to put the time and the effort in. This means gifts. Gifts, apologies, mea culpas, a lot of attention. Everything that you need to throw it in. Because these are all the things that you didn't do before, which led to the collapse of this, which led to you walking away, which led to you dismissing it. And now you realizing, oh my God, I'm still in love with them. Very much so. And I want something with them. And the only reason I don't have something with them is my own fault. Because I was unwilling to put the effort and the time in. I was lazy. I was cavalier. I was, Seven of Swords. I was, I wanted my cake and eat it too. I wanted to play the field. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And now I'm realizing that was the shot. That was the one. I messed up with the one. And now I'm with the 31st one, like this person is not even like the second one. Like, this is just a bed warmer here. Honestly, I hate to be crass about it, but it's true. There's no real love there. The love is all associated here with this past connection that you miss so dearly. The love is associated with that King of Wands that you're looking back at. The person you're with, yeah, they're quite I want to say they're quite fiery, independent. They have all that going for them, but you're just not in love with them like that. Embrace the in-between. Flamingo Spirit showed up for a reading before. Embrace the in-between. Yeah. The in-between for you is realizing, number 26 for you, number heads. The in-between for you is realizing how much you screwed up, and now you're stuck. You're stuck with somebody you don't want, and you're stuck being away from somebody you do want. That's an in-between, all right. And what are you going to do about it, Libra? Right? Because you do have a possibility here. I pulled this card to see, what can you do to not have this experience of Five of Cups? Well, what you can, there is a possibility there for a new love. What you can do and what you're going to have to do is really show up. You're going to have to show up and put effort in, conversation, time, money, energy, all of that you didn't want to put in before. To sort of find your way back to your person. Spirit of the Key, Spirit of the Staircase, Spirit of the Gargoyle. Well, let me go to Spirit of the Staircase first. Ascension, progress, the long way home. This is exactly what it feels like. It feels like this is the long way home for you because you're realizing where home is. You dismissed where home was, and now you're realizing where it is. And it will indeed be a long way home. You're going to have to put a lot in if you want to get this connection back. Spirit of the Key. Solution, wisdom, spiritual knowledge, yeah, coming in. And understanding coming in of where your heart wants to be, where your spirit wants to be. Spirit of the gargoyle. Protector, guardian, right? It can be intimidation, but here I feel the energy is one of protecting, trying to protect what's left of this connection and get back to it. That's the energy that's flying at me right now. Just a really rude awakening to, how wrong you were about something and how disconnected from your true heart you were. You were disconnected from your feelings at the time that you were with this person, which is why you didn't put a lot of effort in, right? And now it's like you've connected to those feelings and they're running so deep that you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Two of Pentacles is there because there's a lot of juggling you're going to have to do. Again, some of you are still stuck between two people. Now, when I say stuck between two people, this past connection may not be in your life right now, but they're in your heart right now. Some of you, they're around you, they're in your life. You guys may not be together because you're currently with this person, but there is a little bit of drama there because of all of that, right? There's a little bit of drama there for some of you who have your ex near you. Even if they're not near you, you're thinking about them. You may be texting them. You may be having some communication with them. It is causing some issue with the person that you're with right now. This is why some of you, Libras, are absolutely miserable here, caught between two kings. And you're the one getting battered. One is saying this, well, why are you calling me? The other one, what are you doing? Why are you calling them? There's a lot of that going on. You're really getting caught up here. That's for some of you. Now, for some of you, you may be able to keep these deep-seated feelings away from your current person, but nevertheless, you are really going through it because you are not where you want to be. And you really feel like you really feel like you're running out of time. You don't have time to get to where you want to be. That's one of the overriding feelings here also. And so you're feeling haggard and worn, like, okay, quickly, what can I do? How can I readjust my life so that I can get back with them? What do I do? How do I do this? Very chaotic. That's why you have that Eight of Wands there. Very chaotic energy coming in, very confusing, very overwhelming. You're going to have to put some boundaries in place with certain people and really figure out what your next step is. But as I say, if you want your person, if you want to go back to this person that you made a really big mistake with, and the mistake, as I mentioned earlier, was just not giving enough of a fuck about the relationship, then you're going to have to double down and do a lot more to get them back. A lot more. All right, Libra. Whew. You're about to lose them, but you have a chance. Libra, this is your reading for April, your monthly outlook. I hope it resonated, Libra cross watchers. Remember, these readings can be vice versa, and of course, they're not going to resonate with everybody. Some of you may only resonate with a small portion of the reading, but whatever you got out of it, that's, take that with you. That's great. And whatever is not for you, leave it on a table. Leave it there. It's for somebody else, right, guys? All right, do check out your love readings. I should have that attached to this video. But for right now, I'm going to wish Libra cross watchers, and everybody in your life a wonderful week. I hope to see you all in your next video for May, and certainly in your next love outlook reading next Tuesday for Libra. But for right now, guys, bye-bye.